This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, the Transport Minister officially opens the Caversham Highway and says the government would like to spend more. A local publican's application to end a one-way door policy comes up against opposition, and not just from police. And former University of Otago dance fellows return to the city for an international conference. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. The city's largest highway development in years has finally been opened. Transport Minister Simon Bridges was in town to cut the ribbon on the multi-million-dollar Caversham Highway Improvement Project, and he says the government is keen to invest more locally.
Cutting the ribbon on the Caversham Highway. Transport Minister Simon Bridges had the honour of officially opening the city's largest recent roading project. It's been 5 years in the making and has cost an estimated $45 million.
For the people of Dunedin, it's going to be a fantastic entrance to a great city, and it's going to mean for them a safer route. It's going to be more free-flowing, and ultimately it's going to be quicker for them getting in and out and around their city. So it's very exciting.
About 100 people gathered on the Lookout Point overbridge for the ceremony. Local leaders and MPs were present, as well as the heads of Downer and the New Zealand Transport Agency. They've been providing work for dozens of Dunedin residents through the project.
I'm excited to see other things happen in Dunedin, and we've just been asking the Mayor, our local members of Parliament, some of the things that they would like to see, because I think if there were projects that stacked up, we would be keen to fund them. One I'm personally very interested in is just how we can continue to create a comprehensive network of cycleways here in Dunedin.
Carisbrook school pupils were also involved, as well as local runanga who provided a traditional Māori blessing. The Mayor spoke about being impressed with the look and feel of the highway, and its quality isn't lost on the Minister.
This is the entrance into the city, and so by adding something significant here, making a better road and adding some beautification, I think that in itself is a big deal for Dunedin.
This is the busiest highway south of Christchurch, with 25,000 traffic movements every day. Travel's now set to be safer and faster for all road users. A vintage fire engine was the first public vehicle to be driven across the overbridge, linking the city's past to its future. Rosie Mannins, 39 Dunedin News.
Local residents are already utilising just under $1 million in grants for first home buyers under a new government scheme. 243 Dunedin residents have been awarded grants through the government's KiwiSaver Home Start project. The government doubled its support for first home buyers through the scheme in April. To date, about $900,000 in grants has been paid to locals buying or building their first home. Up to $10,000 is available for a deposit on an existing home, and double that amount can be granted for new builds. A Central City bar owner is fighting authorities to have his own licence renewed. Police and health officials are opposing parts of the application, in particular a 3 a.m. one-way door policy, and they're citing compliance by other publicans in making their point.
This popular Octagon bar is the subject of a tussle with authorities. Owner Richard Newcombe is fighting to remove a current one-way door policy which prohibits people from entering after 3 a.m. It's part of his on-licence renewal application being considered by the District Licensing Committee. Police and other authorities want the 3 a.m. lockout to stay, but Newcombe says it's costing him.
Younger people tend to come out later on, they do something else, go to a party, and then they come out later and tend to spend probably less per head, but come out and all for purposes of the entertainment that's been provided as well.
He's arguing the one-way door policy creates a default wind-down time in the bar, diminishing its party atmosphere. But police say they've spoken to staff on several occasions who agree the lockout helps to keep things under control.
So I've worked several weekends this year, last year, the year before. Your duty manager or general manager has said to me on several times at 3 o'clock, I'm glad we've got the one-way door because the night is turning ugly and we're glad we can close at 3 o'clock.
Newcombe admits the policy can be a handy tool in dealing with overcrowding issues, but he's hoping it'll be a voluntary measure to be used when necessary, rather than being compulsory. Police were quick to point out other Octagon bars are using the 3 a.m. lockout, including neighbouring Suburbia and Pop.
The boundary premises to yours all have one-way doors at 3. But you say that it's unfair that you've got a one-way door at 3.
The nearby Vault 21 bar has also agreed to a 3 a.m. one-way door policy. The licensing committee is expected to publicly announce its decision in coming weeks. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News.
The Southern District Health Board's substandard doctor training at Dunedin Hospital is drawing concern from medical groups. The New Zealand Resident Doctors Association says the DHB's standards are slipping, putting patients at risk. 19 deficiencies have been identified by the New Zealand Medical Council in relation to the SDHB's doctor training in Dunedin. That's also a worry for the New Zealand Medical Students Association, which says the situation is disappointing and alarming. The Health Board has until May to improve its systems and gain proper accreditation for training junior doctors. A 3-day international dance conference has just started in the city. It's bringing together former University of Otago dance fellows from the last decade, and they've kicked off festivities in a fitting way. Connecting through movement. This all-ages workshop was the opening event of an international dance conference being held in the city. The 3-day program aims to bring together practitioners, academics and students to celebrate all that community dance can be. It's also providing a forum for the University of Otago's dance fellows from the past 10 years to meet and bond.
We all can be in a room together and discuss the effects of this kind of work on community dance as a field. We represent people from all kinds of nations, from all over the globe, really, and we all have so many different approaches, and it's really excellent for us to listen to each other and find out how we do community dance.
The fellowship's been around for a decade, serving as a memorial to dancer and university alumni Carolyn Plummer, who passed away in 2003. Dr. Cuppers was the first fellow in 2005 and is still thankful for the honour 10 years on.
It's the only community dance fellowship that is handed out to people, so it's a wonderful professional development opportunity for so many of us. And I was so lucky to be the first one, and I'm so grateful to the people who gave it to me. It's just been a wonderful experience.
Over the years, community dance fellows have worked with a broad range of people, including the elderly and several hospice patients. They've also had the opportunity to work with one another, as well as staff within the university.
I've learned so much in some of the other professional opportunities that are open to you when you're a fellow. For instance, I was able to co-teach with Ali East some of her wonderful community dance classes. So we did a program called Dance in the Environment, and that has been career-changing for me.
Several past fellows are still to arrive in Dunedin for the conference. They're scheduled to touch down just in time for the first official day of talks and festivities at Otako Marae tomorrow. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News. Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, we take a look at a local study that's evaluating the worth of tertiary education, and plastic ducks raise thousands for the Child Cancer Foundation.
Girls Talk this month is full of inspirational gift ideas. There's books, storage solutions and delicious treats. Don't forget to check out our Facebook page to be in to win some fantastic prizes from the show. Join us on Dunedin TV for Girls Talk.
Season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell menswear, it fits.
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf, and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf for them.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
Hedges are something we almost take for granted. A good hedge needs regular maintenance to look its best and to add value and character to your property. For all your hedge care needs, call the team at SGC Services on 0800 783 453.
Eveready mowers and chainsaws, Husqvarna outdoor power equipment for all the jobs, no matter what the size. Give Graham a call on 4552 555 or visit our new showroom at the roundabout end of Andersons Bay Road. We sell the best and service the rest.
Christie Glass Houses and Sheds, good to grow stuff in. The first choice for gardeners for over 100 years. Built to withstand extreme weather conditions and hard work. Full range of options available. Thomas Burns Street across the road from the railway station. Free call 0800 Allens.
Big Orange for all your movies, records, books and games, pre-loved needs, vinyl records, 45s and DVDs. A South Dunedin family-owned business for over 15 years. Check us out on Facebook. We're opposite Westpac on the sunny side of King Edward Street.
Congratulations, you're getting married. Hi, I'm James Morris, wedding celebrant, and it's my privilege and a pleasure to bring you the perfect ceremony for your perfect day. Don't wait or contemplate. Your consultation is free with no obligation. jamesmorris.co.nz.
Pallet fires are growing in popularity in Otago with people who want a clean and efficient form of home heating. The sight of a burning flame without the problems of chopping, stacking and carting wood around is a winner. Pallet fires, so easy, so efficient.
McClellan Refrigeration is your one-stop shop for heat pumps in Dunedin. We have a range of heating, air conditioning and refrigeration solutions. We also have 20 years experience. McClellan Refrigeration, call us on 477 0088.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Welcome back. A local company has just been placed into liquidation following a special resolution by its shareholders. Otago Harbourside Developments Limited is now in the hands of insolvency management. Its 20 listed shareholders are scattered throughout Dunedin and the lower half of the South Island. 2 of the 5 company directors live in Dunedin. Liquidators are giving creditors until the 18th of January to state claims in relation to the business. Otago Harbourside Developments has been operating since 1998. And on that note, let's take a look at today's markets. The NZX 50 has closed the day down 32 points. It's now at 6,069. The Dow Jones is up 20 points. And to the exchange rates, and the Kiwi dollar is up against all the currencies we follow. Fresh light is being shone on the value of New Zealand's tertiary education through a study at the University of Otago. It's focusing on students for a decade after their graduation. And Dr. Karen Tustin joins us to talk about the latest findings. Good evening.
Good evening.
Now, what is the study about in general?
Well, basically we want to understand the value of a New Zealand university education, and so to do that we're following a group of university graduates for 10 years to see what happens to them in terms of their career development and their employment and their health and well-being over a 10-year period.
How many students are being studied?
Well, we had about 9,000 students complete our first or baseline survey in 2011, and that's about a quarter of the 35,000 students who graduate from New Zealand universities each year, and this is the same group that we'll follow for the next 10 years.
What kind of things are you looking at?
Well, the big question that we want to answer is, does a university education influence your life, and if so, how? So a big focus is on employment outcomes and career development, but we also ask our participants a whole host of other questions, including about their general background, their experience at university, their own perceptions of the benefits that university might have for them in the future. We also look at health and well-being, community participation, and personal characteristics. So it's quite a broad survey.
Tell us what you've found out in relation to Maori graduates.
Well, this is the exciting part about the project. We can look at certain groups of students in a lot more detail. And so recently we found that our Maori graduates are much more likely to be the first in their family to attend university. So almost half were the first in their family to attend university. We also found that a third were parents and the majority were female. This research was led by Dr. Moana Theodore, and it involved Professor Cindy Kiro as well.
Is that changing things for Maori?
Yes, well, other studies have told us that Māori are entering into higher education in higher numbers for the last 10 to 20 years. So this is really great news, which is why it's so important to keep supporting Māori students' education and success.
Are Maori still underrepresented in tertiary education?
Yes, they are. We found in our study that 7% of the graduates were Māori, and that compares to 15% of the New Zealand population. So that's again why it's important that we get a profile of who these students are and where they're planning to go to see what we can do to improve things.
What is the overall intention for the use of this data?
Well, overall, we'd really like these data to be used to inform research and policy in a number of areas. So there's many stakeholders who might benefit from the results, and these include students in the population who want assurance that a New Zealand university education is high quality and that it will enhance career and lifestyle prospects. Also, the individual universities want information on how best to tailor their courses and facilities and services for their students, and the government is also very interested in optimising the New Zealand university experience. So it's really a study for New Zealand.
What would the next set of findings be about?
Well, we have actually just run our first follow-up survey that took place 2 years after the students had left university. This is the point where things start to get really interesting, and we can start to look at change over time and see how the participants' lives are shaping up 2 years after they left university.
How much longer is the study expected to last, do you think?
Well, like I said, we just ran the 2-year follow-up survey, and in another year or so we're planning to run another survey, which will be at 5 years post-graduation, and then our final survey will take place at around 2021, where we will look at outcomes at 10 years post-graduation.
From the University of Otago, Dr. Karen Tustin, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, locals gear up to celebrate the poetry of Robbie Burns, and we're on the streets to find out if you'll be voting in the first flag referendum.
Do you want support for your breathing? You are not alone. In New Zealand, over 600,000 people have some form of breathing difficulty, especially with the high pollen season in New Zealand. Puff Plus is an excellent natural product developed to support lung function and breathing difficulties. Puff Plus is so effective, you get a no questions asked, money back guarantee on the first purchase. Give it a go, you have nothing to lose. Call now, 0800 502 402. Take as directed. If symptoms persist, see your healthcare professional.
Chiropractic care is a drug-free way of sorting out stress and pain by getting your spine in line with body and brain. At Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing, we provide family chiropractic care. Feel taller, lighter and brighter. Call Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing today, 484-7272.
They got all. It's all about our customer care, great food, great coffee, and supported by some awesome staff. We think it's very important that the customers, when they come in here, have a good experience and leave wanting to come back. And I think in a nutshell, that's what the Good Oil's all about.
At your locally owned and operated Veggie Boys store, we've got fresh produce daily, fruit, veggies and more. Competitive prices is just one of the reasons people come to us in all seasons. Convenient locations and friendly crew, Veggie Boys Dunedin, come try something new. Stores in the north, the south, be our guest, Centre City as well to serve you the best. Daily specials on produce that are hard to beat, all tasty and healthy and all good to eat. Don't forget, we've also got your milk, bread and meat. Veggie Boys Dunedin, you're guaranteed a treat.
Mosgiel Mowers Plus can help you with products to make your garden maintenance jobs easier. Lawn mowers, ride-ons, chainsaws, line trimmers. Sales and service are our specialty. Mosgiel Mowers Plus. Phone 489 3572 22B Gordon Road, Mosgiel.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now. They will love you forever.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Mobility Scooters Otago. Mobility scooters, new and used, electric manual wheelchairs, strollers and walkers. Free home demonstration and delivery. Call Tony on 03 455 2875 or visit our showroom, 211 King Edward Street, opposite Westpac.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Girls Talk this month is full of inspirational gift ideas. There's books, storage solutions and delicious treats. Don't forget to check out our Facebook page to be in to win some fantastic prizes from the show. Join us on Dunedin TV for Girls Talk.
Welcome back. Almost $8,000 has been raised for the local branch of the Child Cancer Foundation. The money was generated through the organisation's annual duck dive at Moana Pool held at the weekend. The after-cost profit was $7,912. Organisers are thrilled with the result and say the event made for a fabulous day. The money will go towards helping local families of children with cancer. For many, transport to and from Christchurch is the biggest associated expense. Local writers and literary enthusiasts are preparing for an annual poetry contest. The Robert Burns Poetry Competition is about celebrating the late Scottish author's work and his ties to the city, and there are several incentives for getting involved.
A literary legacy. The late writer Robert Burns is the focus of a poetry competition kicking off for Dunedin authors.
Been going for many years now, and it gets more successful every year. The numbers keep going up. So it's open to youth, young people up to the age of 18. It's also open to published poets and unpublished poets.
The contest is a collaboration between Dunedin Public Libraries and the Dunedin Burns Club and has been running for 12 years. Poets need to write a piece of work inspired by the life or works of Burns as part of the competition. Mercer says it's a great opportunity for aspiring writers to take off.
So it's a chance for people who are not published to become published, because their poems will be published in the Otago Daily Times, they'll be recognised, and hopefully they'll go on to better and bigger things.
Burns is no longer alive, but he's still regarded as Scotland's national poet. He's the uncle of one of Dunedin's founding fathers, Dr. Thomas Burns, who was a key figure in the Scottish settlement of the city. Mercer says it's important to celebrate the links between the motherland and the Edinburgh of the South.
It's maintaining the Scottish heritage, but it's also a way of getting people to connect with that heritage and to write in that style, that not necessary to use the Scottish language, but if they can use the Scottish language, that's always very interesting to read. So it's a way of, again, of reaching back through the centuries and connecting with that heritage.
Awards are available for young writers, published and unpublished authors, with winners being announced in January. The competition officially opens on Monday as part of Dunedin's annual celebration of its Scottish heritage. Annabelle Dick, 39 Dunedin News.
Voting papers are being posted to residents for the first national flag referendum. People are being encouraged to choose their preferred alternative design by ranking the 5 options. Our Word on the Street team asked members of the public if they're voting in the referendum.
Yes, I wasn't going to, and then I was encouraged to do so.
The one with the same colours of our old flag, but with the silver, with the fern on the top. That would be my favourite one, but I'm still going to pick the our old flag when it comes to choosing between the new flag and the old flag.
No, I like our original flag. I want to keep the old flag, but I suppose I have to vote for a new one.
I quite like the old flag, but I see why they're changing it.
If I was going to change the flag, I'd probably go with this, the fern and the Southern Cross, not changing the colour scheme too much.
I don't think they should change the flag. That's the original flag, and they should just, what's the point in changing something,
Keeping our old one. I like that one better than the new ones.
I don't think it should be changed. It should just be normal. I don't see why we should have to change it. It's a waste of money. Could go on better things, and I just don't understand. That's it. I really don't understand it. Keep it. We need to keep it.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. Transport Minister Simon Bridges has officially opened the Caversham Highway development after 5 years and $45 million. The owner of Mac's Brew Bar in the Octagon is fighting authorities over a one-way door policy while applying to renew his licence. And former University of Otago dance fellows are reuniting for a 3-day international conference around community movement. Well, it's time now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's Otago Daily Times. And the editor, Barry Stewart, very rare nowadays, but he joins us. Good evening.
Hello, Rebecca. I come in when I can.
Yeah, we haven't seen you for ages.
Oh, well, I've been busy, but I always like to be here. You know
I've had to handle washing day on my own, and I got it very wrong last weekend. Yes, I hope no one listened to me.
I'll send you a note. We also have a look at the opening of the Lookout Point Bridge and the highway, of course. It's taken a while, but it's looking pretty good, isn't it? Now, American superstar, music superstar, Taylor Swift, sighted in Queenstown today, or was she? So we have a story following some intrigue there. So read the paper tomorrow and find out more about that. Otago Rescue Helicopter Trust faces key talks with the Ministry of Health over funding. Their numbers have gone up quite considerably. Their excursions, flights. Driver trapped in Cumberland Street today. An accident there which disrupted traffic for some time. We have a picture of that. We talked to New Zealand cricket coach Mike Hesson from Otago about the upcoming day-night test match in Adelaide, starting Friday. Looking forward to that.
Indeed. That's all in tomorrow's ODT. Thank you, Barry.
Thank you.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence. It's time now for local weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Puff Plus.
And here is today's city view, taken of leaves blowing in the breeze. Ooh, too many R's in there, sorry about that. Well, around the city today at 3 o'clock, 26 degrees for the central city, 29 at the Gardens, 25 out on the Tyree. To the situation, and this mild nor'west flow will continue for another day, but it will be replaced on Friday with an active cold front. That's followed by cooler southwesterly air. To the forecast for some of the main towns in the lower South Island for tomorrow. Nor'west gales with rain for Invercargill, Gore and Te Anau. Strong nor'westers in Alexandra, late rain there with a high of 20. And strong nor'westers with late rain for Queenstown, Oamaru, Wanaka and Twizel. Highs are between 19 and 23 degrees. And Dunedin tonight, high cloud increasing with a low of 12. High cloud again tomorrow with strong nor'westers, possibly becoming gale force from late afternoon. That's when some rain will develop. Although we are expecting 22, that's something to look forward to. And on Friday, showers clearing, sunny periods increasing with cool southwesters dying out, 17 degrees. And to the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information. Low tide tomorrow morning is at 23 past 11. High tide follows at 5 to 5. And fishing conditions don't look too good, but if you try it around 1:30 tomorrow afternoon, you might just get lucky. And that is local news for Wednesday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.